Hello everyone, I'm Kemia Fulani by name. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, we'll be teaching different tutorial, but today I'm going to be making this beautiful road shoulder dress. If this is what you're interested in, kindly like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Without wasting much of our time, let us dive into the video. So here I have 4 pieces of clothes. The 2 pieces will be serving as the front sleeve, while the other two be serving as the back sleeves. So the width of my clothes is 20 inches and the length of my clothes is 13.5. My shoulder to under bust is 13, and from that 13 I'll be stitching that one and add the shoulder, yes, for my sleeve, for my rope to pass through. So the remaining half I'll be using it as a stitching on the one side the down part. So that's how I have 13.5 inches for the length. So here I've already marked out my shoulder. My shoulder is 14 divided by 2 is 7. So from my shoulder line to my sleeve I have 13. So that's how I come across 20 inches. So here I'm measuring my sleeve opening from the line I drew at the shoulder. I measured 8, so 8 will be for my sleeve opening. So I also added 1 inches, yes, for the joining allowance. So I marked 2 inward and crossed it that way, and I drew the armhole curve. So this sleeves is exactly like a boo-boo. Got it? Yes, it's been cut out like a boo-boo dress. So I'm trying to measure my shoulder to under bust again, and I say that I'm still having that 13.5 inches. So I'll go straight to the neck area and I'll mark it out like so. So the width of the neck is 3¼ I marked it out. And for the length of the neck, for the length, I will just place my tape rule like so. To have that overlapping at the under bust, so as to cover my cleavages. So I went ahead to cut it out. So I'm trying to be careful. You can see the joining at that part. I actually joined the clothes together because the cloth was not a new cloth. It was a wrapper and a scarf. So it's a wrapper and a scarf that I'm using to recreate this particular style. So I cut out my front sleeves. I went ahead to take my back sleeves now. Now place it on the table. Now put the front that I cut out, I'll place it on top of it. So the difference that will be happening on the back on is the zipper allowance. So I'll be adding zipper allowance to the back sleeves. So I place my tape rule and I marked out 1. So I'll be using 1 inches for the zipper allowance. I'll mark the 1 inch from the top to the down part and I'll connect it. So after connecting it, I'll carry that front that I already cut out. I'll make sure that the edge of that front pattern is touching the line that I drew. I'll make sure it's not reaching the edge of the cloth where the zipper allowance wanted to be. So I'll measure from 1 to 8 inches. That will serve as my neck depth because I don't want my back to be revealing. And I'll slant it that way and cut it out. I'm also trying to mark out my armhole. And I'll cut everything out as I've marked it. So here I marked out 11 inches here for my body measurements. That is from the underbust to the half length. Because my shoulder to my half length is 23 inches. So I removed the underbust, the shoulder to the underbust from it, and I have 10 inches left. So I added 1 inch allowance to it. That's how I got 11 inches. So I marked out 11 inches. Then I'll connect it and cut it out. So my waist measurement is 30 divided by 2. I have 7.5. So here I marked out half inches, the one that will serve as stitching allowance at the top. So I marked out half inches. Then I connected it. So my shoulder to my underbust is 13 inches. I'll place that 13 inches at that half inches that I drew to get my waist measurements, my waist length, my half length. So my half length is 15 and I will mark out 15. I marked out 15. And I will draw it down to the other edge. So I'm trying to write the waist measurement so that the line, I will not be confusing on the line that I drew. So I come down by 2.5 from that waist measurement. From that my waist half length, I come down with 2.5. Then I drew the line as well. So my waist measurement is 30 divided by 4 is 7.5. So I marked 7.5. So I added 2 inches allowance to it. And I marked it straight down to the 2.5 that I marked at the down part. So from that 2.5, I'll connect my tape rule to the edge, leaving half inches at the down part. So I'll also add half inch to the 2.5 that I marked. Yes, at that down part for my stitching allowance to the last edge. So you can see that I'm having to lie you at that down part. So the chalk is too hard. Sorry, the chalk is too hard on the clothes. So I'm having to line you at that part. I'll be stitching down with half inches. So I cut it out like so. So I've cut out my front bodice. So I'll place it at the back bodice, the back half length. And I'll make sure I leave the zipper allowance of 1 inches. So I'm trying to place it well so that it will not exceed that 1 inches, because I also added 1 inches zipper allowance at the sleeves part. So that's the reason why I'm trying to place it and make sure it again. I'm trying to arrange it very well before cutting it out. So yeah, I'll open the zipper allowance. That is where the zip will pass through. So I have to open it up. And I'll cut it at the down part to be of equal size to the front bodies. So here I've went out to cut the lining to the half length. We are not going to be adding lining at the sleeves part, but the body we are going to be adding lining to it. So this is the sleeve pieces, the upper part. Now we are going to arrange your body like this and let it overlap each other. The front of the glute will be facing you. And you're going to lay the back on top of it, right side facing each other. Right side facing each other. Align the sleeve very well, the shoulder part very well. And stitch 1 inch down. But before you stitch down 1 inch at the shoulder parts, make sure you went ahead to join the sleeve opening. So I've joined my sleeve opening, and as well join the shoulder with 1 inch. Then I'll turn it inside like this, and then I'll stitch it down for rope to pass through, and I'll do the same for the second one for the other side. So I've went ahead to stitch down my sleeve opening and also stitch down my shoulder with 1/2 inches. That is where rope will pass through. So I'm trying to put pen inside it for you to see. And the next thing I'm to do now is to insert my rope into those holes. Insert my rope. Then I will use bias to turn the neckline. Then after that, I will make gathers at the down part. So I've went ahead to do it just as I've said. And this is what it is looking like. Then I'll open it up. Then make sure it overlap each other. Then I'll be joining it to the bodies. I'll mark the center of the bodies, the front bodies. I'm trying to make a notch at the center. I'll make a notch at the center like that. And from that notch, I'll come to the side by 1 inch. From that notch, that center, I'll come to the side by 1 inch, and the other side I'll come by 1 inch. So you place it, right side will be facing each other, right side facing right side. So from that 1 inches, you place one of the side on it, the front side, and the second front side will be placed at the second 1 inches after the center. So I didn't place it at the center, I place it after the center, just to have that effect, that overlapping effect. So I'll go ahead now to sew it. After sewing it, this is what it looks like. So I need to join the back as well. So now I'll be adding lining to it. So this is how I attach the lining to it to cover the rough edges. So I place the lining at the shoulder part, then I sew it, and after sewing it, I'll flip it to the body. Flip it to the body to cover the rough edges. And after adding lining to it, I front ahead to join the sides, and this is what it is looking like. So now I'll go ahead to make my gathers, the one that will be at the down part. So I'll go ahead to make my gathers at the down part and added it to it. So these are the wrapper that I'm going to be using. At this point, if you find this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. The sewing, that is how